Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to evercrisis. I'm going to be showing you my dungeon rankings team setup to help you possibly get top 100. This one worked for me, it might not work for you. Main thing to take away from this is the strategy and going back and forth with all the buffs and debuffs. So hopefully something here helps you out. I'll leave more strategy down below, comment section. You guys can leave yours if you want to help the community, or always you can check out my Discord. There's a lot of helpful people on there. So let's jump in and talk about how I got top 100. I did this last night on live stream. A lot of my chat helped me out. They sat there, said try this, try this, try this, so we just kept on experimenting. I'm going for the Shockbuster personally because I have Murasami Cloud. If you guys got the new Zac, the new Tifa, if you have someone who has like a lot of attack on them or magic attack and they have like a really good 5-star materia, it's possible to do like 2 DPS that way. But let me go over with what I did. I started off by pumping in everything except for HP. So I had HP all the way down to nothing and everything else maxed out. And that gave me a really good run of around 700 and something thousand, which was close to top 100. But this is what got me top 100 last night. And there's multiple ways of doing this. This isn't the team, but this is one way you can do it, is bring in a healer who has a way to raise physical defense. So obviously that's the heal and anyone who can raise physical defense realistically. The whole point is to take away less damage. If you take less damage, you get a better score. You have your main DPS is going to go full thunder on the enemy, and then you have your support like Yuffie or Red 13 here. I believe Kate Sith might have a thunder breach, but the whole point is just a thunder breach on there to lower the enemy's thunder resistance. This really helps, especially because this boss, if you use all the stats up, does resist physical defense down. What I ended up doing was using Zac. I did pull for his costume, but I'm only using a 620 weapon, and there is a condition on that. He gets more damage if his HP is 70% or more. After the first hit, he doesn't have that because it's a no damage team. But the main thing here is that Cloud wasn't fast enough to get a better score, so I had to bring someone in who did a little bit extra. And again, here's Yuffie and her thunder resist down. So that's the whole idea. And all 1, 2... this one, non-elemental DPS helper, a Sephiroth helping as well, can definitely do this with a full ice build. Anything that's just going to help with a little bit more DPS got me that edge of the score. So I thought Zac was the best one, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I pulled Tifa, and I have Tifa's weapon, which is one of these. It's this one right here. But again, I only have 1 copy of it. But I did get her costume as well, and this got me the best score. But last night, this is what ended up happening. This is what I did, and it's pretty straightforward. Just pump in as much attack as you can, mess around with the boss's HP, or take away your physical attack debuff, and you'll get a better score as well. That way, your physical attack isn't as weak. If you're using Magic Tifa, then it doesn't matter. But we're going to start off the fight. I brought in this Yuffie because it's going to buff, instead of Red 13, it's going to buff Zac, let him do a little bit more damage. After Cloud casts this ability here, I want to jump back and forth between the two of them. So I want Yuffie to add the thunder resist down, but I don't want Cloud to do his attack here because he's not at a full attack stance gauge behind me, right? So because he's not getting the extra boost, that 4 ATB is wasted, which means you take a longer time to clear this. So everyone gets hit. Zac's almost dead. He now loses his 1.2 multiplier. And if you watch Zac, you're going to see that he's not going to hit for that much. So I'm just going to continue spamming Yuffie. And this can be a lot quicker too, because if I waited for Yuffie to actually put that debuff down, Cloud would be doing a lot better right now. But Zac is here just for that little bit of damage. There goes Zac. Boom, 18k damage, right? And that's just enough to get through here before everyone dies. And we are done. Now, if I waited, again, for Yuffie to fully debuff him and waited for Cloud not to do his first cast, the score would have been better because, 1, we would have been out of here quicker. But 768. Better than I did last night. Last night was 767, but you can see here, 1 hit damage, 38,000. Damage taken, 28. And then total battle time, 47 seconds. I believe this was 44. That score would be better as well. But 768 is currently top 100 in my division. And that's using this Zac. Now, same idea. If I bring in Tifa, Tifa's going to do the same exact thing. Or if you want, you can bring in another totally different DPS. If you're having issues, definitely maybe add a physical defense to that so the enemy isn't immune, but that's 12 points down. Or just take less HP All right, so since Zac is the new one and you probably don't have that double Arcanum Thunder, even though my Zac's not that strong, I want to show you that you can just bring any DPS you want, any element, non-elemental, doesnsa matter, as long as they're super strong, all right? They're going to add at least 8,000 damage, which you're looking for when you're using something like My Cloud or Tifa or new Zac, right? Because they're all full Thunder setups. So, Sephiroth's at 5,415 magic attack with 10,000 HP. Very important. You don't want him to get one-shotted. His boost magic is at 66, which is max, but his boost attack isn't. Ice potency at 8, and he's got a little bit of boost ability potency. So if your attack gauge is full, it does more damage. My tier materia are all slots. Magic attack 7.8 all the way down to magic attack 6.4. And then his back equipment all increases ice, and then the HP item here gives me that little bit of survivability. So that's how my Sephiroth looks. If you guys want to see how my Cloud looks, 5,800 physical attack. He's rocking 3 materias, the strongest materia being at 5.5% physical attack, and that's his back weapons. I maxed out everything for him because he is my main DPS since the beginning of the game. Stats-wise, boost attack will never be 55 with this setup, but that's okay. Level 7 lightning, and then boost physical ability potency is not max. So there's a lot of room for improvement when it comes to my Cloud, but that's how my physical DPS looks like. And then Yuffie is rocking as much time buff as she can with HP survivability. All materia has HP percentage on it, so she has lots of HP, doesn't die, and more buff duration in the front end as well. She's here just to apply that debuff. You could run triple DPS, right? Cloud or whoever your main damage dealer is. You can bring that in and then run a DPS to the right and the left. No healer, no debuff, right? You lose maximum damage, but you might clear it quicker. So you can probably pull that off as well. But we're going to do this run right here where we sit on Yuffie and we wait the entire time until the last second. So this debuff lasts all the way. And then we're going to switch to Cloud because we don't want him to use an attack like I talked about in the previous fight. So we're going to wait to the end. Sephiroth is doing 6,747 without full attack stance. So you can see still really good damage. Not fantastic, not amazing, but he is going to be here to help, which is great. So we're going to wait till that 50% boost. There it is. Cast. Should have casted one more of these before I went back in, but that's okay. We're just down a little bit of damage. So you can see 8,500. That's going through. Yuffie's doing something. Sephiroth in the last 8,479. And then I'm going to get one more Q in there, which should be enough. Okay. So not as good as using someone who has lightning, because they can do a little bit more damage because the lightning resists down. But 765 with not using another lightning character. So that's actually really, really good. Now, my score that I personally have right now to get me top 100, probably guaranteed top 100. I'm 72. I'm at 774. This is what I used, and that's bringing in the Tifa. So we're going to switch over to debuffing myself a little bit here, going to 160. And then we're going to switch to Tifa setup, which is this one. And Tifa, nothing crazy, 4,400 magic attack. Lightning is at level 5 only. And you can see there's a lot of room for improvement, but I don't have the setup for it. But that's what I'm currently using. So we're going to try this. I don't know if I actually raise that physical attack up. Technically, I could. Cloud gets weaker, but Tifa isn't using magic. And I could increase her a little bit more if I did work on her. We're just going to go with this and see what happens. So for sure this time, we're going to use Nimble Slash right away before everyone else does. Tifa's going to use her lightning, doing 7,419, which is really nice. And again, I'm going to wait over here with Cloud so he doesn't do his attack right away. Tifa going in with the AoE lightning for some reason. She killed him. She killed him. Waste of a little bit of damage, but she does have that lightning gloves on her for AoE. So she prioritized that. Oops, wrong one. So we want to switch to attack. I believe Cloud just used his Murasami attack while we were in defense mode, and she's using her AoE lightning still. So there's too much to control here. Too many factors, which kind of sucks. Trying to switch between all of them so they do the proper things. Not really working out. We can manipulate with Dolphin Blow because it's so quick. So he tries to do Shoulder Beam. We cancel it out. And this doesn't go towards the timer. Adds a little bit of damage. And just keep going and keep going and keep going. And see what happens. It's also because I lowered my physical attack. I did bring in more damage. I mean, sorry, more boost. But we'll see what happens. So he's going to try to get a hit in there. And hopefully we can get this cleared. If I can manually control both characters, this would be much better. So, we raised it from 153 to 160. Took us much longer, but we did kill the ads as well. I don't think it's going to go towards score unless we do one hit. And our total score is 784. Actually turned out to be a lot better, even though Tifa was just going ahead and using her AoE lightning. So you can see, not a crazy Tifa. Just pulled her. Nothing incredible, but it still helps having that Arcanum costume. So that is more secure than it was before. 61. So I'm definitely top 100 off of this. And like I said, for Reno, since Reno isn't immune to bio, use bio on him. And you guys can like pretty much go for the full thing. And one more tip is if you guys want that 180 score, you just max everything out except for enemies' physical attack. So we're going to come over here, max this out. And then enemies physical attack, where is it? Enemies physical and magic attack, you put that to nothing, which puts us total score of 180, and they hit for wet noodle, don't do any damage, and that's how I ended up getting all the blue crystals except for the highest one. So stage level reward 180, all I'm missing is 100 blue crystals, totally fine. And if you have a little bit more problems, drop it down to 160 because that's where the other blue crystals is, and you're only missing 200. They're not going to do any damage. You could do it on Reno. You can do it on the Buster. As long as you can DPS through it in the 15 minutes or whatever the timer is for the stage, you're good to go. So that's pretty much everything. Hopefully something here helped you guys out. I know my cloud did look very strong. It is top 100. If everyone's strong, then nobody's strong. So you do have to have an investment in a character that is Thunder, and weapons are level 110, 120, a lot of over boosting to make this work out. Or like I said, try triple DPS and see how that works. Not all of them have to be strong. They all just have to do a good amount of damage together. So if everyone's doing like 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, you're doing as much as my cloud. So as long as you can get through there quick with those boosts, you should be good. If you guys want to leave anything down below, what you guys did, the Reno strategy for bio, if you did anything else differently and you want to help out, comment section's always there, or my Discord. Besides that, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.